Yes, we were talking about Burning P and not Overwatch, No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, yeah. Haven't looked much into it yet. I haven't gotten it, so.
Do you intend to get it?
I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna look more into it before I make that decision. Sometimes I like to kind of wait and make sure all the patches are in before I feel comfortable. Especially with a game like that with so much hype.
It's like there's a girl's voice.
Oh yeah. What is this?
Welcome to the playonultra podcast. This is episode 61.
I've been out of it. I don't know. I believe
61?
you.
I would know.
I'm looking it up right now. Wait, so the last one I was in was 59. I missed
one, I guess. And we did not have an episode last week. So it should be 61, I'm pretty sure. Whatever, this is the newest episode of playonultra podcast. You are on the right track. This is the newest episode until the week after. And as usual, it's me and Foehamner. If you've listened or watched the YouTube video, I made an announcement that Jordan and Nathan is no longer going to be with us. They're not dead. Still alive.
That's good to know. Yikes.
Still alive. Okay. But you might be hearing a third person. Kind of good.
Hopefully, you should be.
Hopefully.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully, if this all works right.
We are joined by Sarah, aka Sarahscopic on YouTube. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, guys.
So she is on trial.
This is my audition.
Yeah. So tell the good people listening, like, what do you do on the YouTubes and the internets?
Let's see. On YouTube, I mostly do Let's Plays and vlog, which my vlogging is a series called Traffic Musings, where I literally put my cell phone in my car when I do long commutes, and I rant or talk about whatever's on my mind, or talk about how terrible the traffic is. But then I also do Let's Plays of lots of variety of games, and on the side note with Let's Plays, I do a series called Baby Hands, where my brother and I play games together.
Nice.
So that's my YouTube presence.
Nice. And it's at Sarahscopic, right?
Yes, Sarahscopic.
Sarahscopic.
You should I've never done like a pseudo channel rebranding for Halloween, but you should Scary-scopic for just all of October.
Scary-scopic. Oh, that's a good idea. Never thought about that. Scary-scopic. I'll have to keep that in one of mine for Halloween. Sounds great.
It's a lot of work.
So we've been away for like a week. So quite some stuff I think we did. So what did you people do? What did you do?
Who do you want to go first?
What did you do? I don't know. Do you want to keep that same format of everyone taking turns, or do you want like everyone just being jumbled up? I have no idea.
I don't know. We can change the script now if we want to.
Right on the air live, right?
Yeah,
yes,
totally.
Yes, totally planned. Totally planned.
I played Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright.
Oh,
for the first time?
I love that game.
Been playing it the whole week.
Is that an official game or is it like a fan game?
It's an official game for
official.
the 3DS. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's a Capcom and Level 5 collab. I wouldn't recommend it if you haven't played any of the games, any of the other games.
Fair.
Because I think that game on its own doesn't do justice to either parts of it, I feel. And
I can say that.
Yeah. But fans of the series will think it's really fucking cool. You know how Phoenix Wright likes to point at the witnesses? Imagine that and Layton doing it together. It's like fucking... It's really cool.
Are they pointing at each other or are they pointing...
No. They're pointing at the... It's Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, but they're more like teaming up.
Okay.
Yeah. They're pointing at like
I wouldn't know who to root for.
That's the problem. You want to root for both.
So it's good that they're
you
teaming up.
For the truth.
Yeah.
The truth. Justice.
Really cool. Really
truth
cool
and
game.
justice.
Really cool. And got it pretty cheap because I got it used. So very, very cool.
Score.
Yeah. Oh, something came in the mail yesterday. Let me show you.
It's just like a hat. It's a piñata full of DS games.
I wish.
Is it a box full of DS games?
I wouldn't want to hit that piñata though.
That's true.
I bought the Dragon Age Origins Collector's Edition.
Oh, that's real cool.
The normal collector's edition that you see everywhere mostly is steel case. This one's made of wood.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. And when you take out the plastic sheet, it has a pattern on it, and then it becomes like a ink engraving thing, and then you can slide. Ooh, wood snapping.
Snap.
That's a good
God damn! I can't
snap.
open this. So it slides off. It slides off.
Oh man! That's
And it
so
comes with
cool.
a map. It comes with a cloth map.
Oh,
So
that's hang that
fucking
on
cool.
your wall.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
I'll try. I have my Club Nintendo posters finally on the wall.
Oh, that's good.
Yay! That's good. That's good.
Took me 2 years to fucking get it.
Only 2 years.
Yeah. I sent it to a friend's cousin's place in the US, and he only came back to Malaysia like after 2 years, so it took me
Wow.
2 years. So yeah, the
no.
cloth map is really cool with all the threads hanging off, and it was so nice. So nice.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that smells bad. That smells bad. I should not do that again. So that's pretty much the highlight of my week. I did a couple other things, but I'll give you guys the go ahead first, I guess.
Did you buy this because you're a big fan of the Dragon Age franchise, or did you? Okay, because I haven't played them. I own the first two, and I need to play them because
On Origin,
they
right?
are. What?
Do you own it on the Origins? Or on Steam? Because it
through
was
Steam, I
free
believe.
on Origin at one point, I believe.
I own Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition. That's the only one I own.
Which is the best
I lie.
one, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. And it's on Steam.
Because it comes with the big expansion.
It's okay. I
but
haven't finished them either.
I really should play it because, like, frequently in indie games, I complain about games where the dialogue has you, the player, make a decision, and either A, the character should know the answer, so you feel dumb because you don't know the answer. Like, I don't know which one's true. Like, is your mom alive? I don't know. Or B, you feel like the
I guess she's
the
alive.
answer
Like,
doesn't matter. Again, like, is your mom alive? Who knows? We're never going to see her anyway in this game. It's a frequent problem. But I hear Dragon Age, because it's a big game, it has a similar structure, but the decisions actually matter, you know, because you're actually creating your character when you answer these questions, unlike other games like Kentucky Route Zero. Stupid.
which you are excited to play the
salty.
fourth part, though.
Looking forward to it so much. We should place a bet. How long until Chapter 5 comes out? I'm guessing like 2 years.
How long was the gap between Chapter 3 and 4 for Kentucky Route?
I think it was almost a year.
Holy shit.
Kentucky
And they were making like a
Route
second
Zero
game, right, in between?
Release. They might have
like
been.
that?
I do know there is a game that's supposed to come out later this year called Ira, which is very, very, very similar looking, but I don't think it's the same company. Does this even say Act 1 came out? Nope, I'm just giving a story synopsis. That's not
You
useful.
might need a Wikipedia page for that information.
I am looking at the Wikipedia page, but it's probably like a specific
sorry.
wiki.
Oh, okay.
So the game, the
Sorry.
first act came out January 7th, 2013. So it's been 3.5 years, and Chapter 4 is just coming out. So we're going
That's
about a
painful.
chapter a year.
That's
Pretty
painful.
much.
That's
Holy shit.
pretty painful.
Talking about episodic games, Batman for Telltale Episode 1 is out.
I played it.
Oh, nice. Okay, so have you played any other Telltale games?
Yes, I played series. I played season 1 of Walking Dead. I played part of season 2. It was bought on the Xbox 360, and so I just haven't kept up with number 2, although I can just got it on Steam. And I'm in the middle of doing Game of Thrones with my brother as part of my baby hands. But we just filmed episode 1 of Batman, which was rough because it took us forever to set it up because it was not working with us.
I hear there was a lot of problems.
Yeah, the funny thing was our main issue was we only had it crash once, and after that it didn't crash anymore because we got it after the patch. We couldn't get our encoder to recognize it as a game to film for some reason. I use Ocam just because it's easier, but there's not a lot of
On the
support
PS4?
for it, unfortunately. No. We had it on PC,
Right.
but Ocam, the what do you call it? The recording software on the computer.
Oh, it's a software. It's not a box. It's not one of those.
No. Ocam is just it's just a software on the computer to record like Fraps, but OCam. And OCam wasn't recognizing it as a game, so it wouldn't record it. And we had no idea why. We still can't figure out why. We managed to make it would just record the screen as opposed to a game, so it ended up working. But once we got it working, it was pretty cool. Still a lot of... We kept, like, holding our breath as we were playing it, because it would keep, like, the animation would keep flipping a little bit. So we kept waiting, like, is it gonna crash? Is it gonna crash? But otherwise, I would really recommend it. They tried some risks. Telltale did some different things with gameplay, and I think so far it's really interesting. And the story is pretty different from well, it's not really different from Batman, but they're taking different directions on certain things. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with it. But goodness, Telltale, fix your engine.
It's a new engine, right? That's why.
I think... I'm not sure if it's
because the
actually
graphics
new or not.
look smoother.
They do look smoother, but it's still, I don't know, things are still scary when you're playing through it. It's still got texture issues. I mean, Batman's putting his fingers together and they just blend through together and stuff like that. So.
Have you guys seen that fantastic Wolf Among Us bug?
No.
I have not.
There's a scene in Wolf Among Us where he's shirtless because he's in the doctor's office and they're just like saying, you should be more careful, blah, regular stuff.
Right.
For some reason, I don't know what triggers it. For some reason, there's a different moment in the game where they're in a strip club, so there's pole dancers. For some reason, Big B Wolf gets the pole dancer animation. So he's shirtless, just pole dancing on nothing, and the dialogue continues like normal, and it's so perfect. It's the best bug I've ever seen, I think.
Oh, no.
It's almost deliberate.
Because I think at one point, maybe I'm misremembering, but I think at one point, he even just kind of does like a splits thing, so he just flies up in the air. And the doctor's like, you should be more careful. He's like, just pole dancing, like going nuts.
You should be more careful. I'm sorry, doctor. Is that how you strip? I don't know.
Yeah. No, he'll pop your stitches. So hopefully Batman has something equitable.
How much of it is...
I hope.
How much did you play as Batman? How much did you play as Bruce?
Good question. It's a pretty decent split. I think we were more Batman for a longer period of time, especially with the action scenes. I mean, as you probably can imagine, all the actual dialogue choices are you as Bruce, and the actual more like there's a lot of quick time like events. There's not a lot but there is a cool kind of feature they show at the end of the game. I don't want to spoil too much.
So there's no Arkham style fighting?
No.
I'm not gonna get this game. Fuck this shit. I was so expecting that for some reason.
Did you know that the original Batman Arkham game was originally supposed to be a rhythm game? Just
that does not
Batman
surprise me.
Rhythm game. And they instead decided to use those rhythm elements as part of the gameplay, the fighting system. Crazy, right?
Right.
The more you know.
I still think it's the best one versus many system I've ever played.
Yep. Yep. I'm not sure what I saw on Twitter. I wasn't sure if it's I'm not sure if it's a Batman comic book panel or was it a screenshot from a game. But basically, Catwoman is like nearer to the screen, to what we're looking at, right? And she's bending down, and then the dialogue box says like, "I don't know why you want to help me." She's saying that to Batman, which is behind her, and her boobs are like hanging out because, and then like everybody's like, I wonder why. I fucking wonder why Batman wants to help you.
It's funny because her portrayal, her design is actually not nearly as sexualized as like in the Arkham games. That's why I always find that. Oh wait, are you talking about the Arkham games or the Telltale games?
I think I saw a comic book one panel of a comic book on Twitter.
Okay.
I misunderstood you.
Me
yes,
too.
you're absolutely
I thought you were
right.
talking about Telltale.
I'm pretty sure it's a comic book because there is
makes more sense.
dialogue bubble things.
Yeah.
It's a
Makes
very
sense.
funny Twitter thread. Everybody's wondering why. It's a
Oh man.
question of life. Anything else? What have you guys done?
What have I did?
I tried Pokemon Go.
Oh.
How's that going for you?
Get them all already?
Yeah, it came out last weekend in Malaysia. It's quite new here, and everybody's hacking. Not everybody, but a lot of people are hacking. Like after a few hours, almost less than a day, I see Dragonites as gym leaders with like 2,000 combat power. And I'm like catching fucking Zubats with like 10 combat power. Like, fucking hell, fuck this shit. And for some reason, most of the Pokemon at my place are fucking Zubats. Google on Niantic on Nintendo is basically telling me I'm living in a fucking cave. So fuck you. You racist bastards. Jeez.
You should send
so many Zubats. So many Zubats. And they're very hard to catch because they're flying around like a fucking bat.
Yes. Zubats are the worst, I swear.
And they're very small. It took me like a lot of Pokeballs to get a feel for the freaking game.
Oh, but, yeah, I know. There's no trial run.
Yeah.
I feel like Zubat's the biggest troll just in the franchise. Because like, even regular Pokemon games, he's like, confuse Ray. So like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I'm also playing Pokemon Platinum on the DS Lite. Okay. And I reached the caves. I'm like, oh, Zubat's cool. I'm going to catch one. Confuse Ray. Son of a bitch. You fucking shit.
I can't remember which game it was. I think it was Ruby, where Pokemon first started having the passive ability, you know, like an explicit, like, this is the thing this Pokemon does specially, like they're immune to recoil or whatever. Okay. Dodrio was awesome because he had 100% chance to flee.
Yep.
Just like, never have to buy repels ever again. Yeah.
Oh,
it's the best. Also, Dodrio is just a really cool Pokemon.
Pokemon Go is the worst best game ever came out. It's so bad. But
it's not really, it's barely a game.
It's barely a game. But I can understand how addictive it can be. So many people on my Facebook feed is playing it. Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
It way outnumbers the people that are saying that it's lame. Way outnumbers. Kills my battery very fast.
Yes.
And the good thing is, because in Malaysia, there's a lot of like really small Chinese worshipping kind of pedestal thingies that's like just at the side of the streets or in the middle of a housing area. Those are Pokestops.
Oh, wow.
The Chinese use them to worship the dead, so that basically you don't come and disturb us during the ghost day. And those are Pokestops. It's quite funny. I don't know.
That's really
funny. There's actually quite a few Pokestops in my housing area.
That's pretty
great. A Pokestop's free? If you walk by it, you get the benefits of it? Okay.
You have to tap it and then spin the thing. And then you have a chance of getting Pokeballs, potions, stuff like that. Eggs.
But you can only do
eggs.
Once every so often.
What?
I assume?
It refreshes every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Refreshes. So you can literally just like stay there.
Sure.
Yeah.
And sometimes people put lures on the Pokestops.
Yes.
Which brings more Pokemon. Yeah, lures is for Pokestops and the incense is for like wherever you are standing. Doesn't need a Pokestop.
Lures is like a community bonding
Do lures stack? Like if multiple people drop lures?
I actually don't know if they do.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think so.
Because you can't really see like how many lures are activated at
That's
the
true.
place.
Yeah.
You just see like the hearts are like flying out of the place.
I think it's petals. I think it's like Sakura petals or something.
Of course.
I thought it was petals, then I looked at it. It looks like hearts. I have no idea.
Maybe it's both. I don't know.
Zubat hearts.
Fuck Zubats.
Hearts. That's what they are.
Yeah,
because you were mentioning that. Because it's funny because in the U.S. I know especially a lot of Pokestops are at are at churches. So a lot of people are it's kind of funny because there were news about churches seeing a higher attendance of younger people coming in on Sundays, and they're just on their phones getting the free, because you get 50 XP every time you go to a Pokestop, so they just keep swiping the Pokestop every when they sit there. It's really terrible.
And the higher your level, the better Pokemons you get to catch.
Yeah.
Pokemons are better.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. A lot of the conservative Muslim leaders here are hating it. They say they should ban it. Saudi Arabia, one of the Muslim countries, have already banned it in the Middle East.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
surprising. Yeah. Because the work of the devil, like mathematics and other things. What else did people do this week?
Have either of you seen or heard of a movie called The Room?
I know what you're gonna talk about. I am very sure.
So this some background first. This movie, The Room, is one of
it's a Japanese one,
one of the movies that's so bad you have to see it. Like Plan 9 from Outer Space or Troll 2. It's up there with those. So for some reason I don't know why, Tom Fulp the creator of Newgrounds.com, Castle Crashers, etc., etc.
Oh, okay.
He made a Flash homage to The Room. It's kind of like the game you play through the events of the story, and it kind of gamifications them, like little QTEs and stuff, and it's friggin' hilarious. And it's really good. Well worth your time. I don't know that I'd recommend playing it if you haven't seen the movie, though. I'd say probably see the movie first, maybe.
Is it as long as the movie? The movie was over 2 to 3 hours long.
So it took me like an hour, a little over an hour to play through it. But it definitely takes me longer to play something when I do a Let's Play, because I'm reading all of the dialogue out loud.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, probably take you less than an hour.
I was thinking about something else.
There's a lot of
when you said The
secrets,
Room, I was thinking about something else. I thought you said The Ring. You know The Ring?
No. We're talking about... It's not... I mean, it's a horror film in a different sort of way.
It's not like a scary horror film.
Traditionally one.
Because I was at the movies. I watched Suicide Squad.
Oh, I saw your review.
Did you? How was that?
I also did a review. Suicide Squad should have just been called Suicide. I don't know. It's so bad.
That's kind of what I've heard. It makes me so mad because I wanted this movie to be good.
I watched Ghostbusters 2016 and that was bad for me.
Yeah.
And I feel Ghostbusters is better than Suicide Squad.
That's kind of what I've been hearing.
I don't think I'm surprised by that.
I at least thought it was a fun sort of... They're trying to make it a fun, good time. Well, Suicide Squad feels like it was written by a teenage emo person. Zack Snyder.
No, it's like The Crow.
What?
It's like The Crow.
But The Crow is so much better though. I don't know.
The Crow's not bad.
It just like feels... It feels like they take a bunch of like puzzles from different jigsaws and try to shove them together and shit. Mm-hmm. And
it's very
so
hard, I think,
on.
to do a team-up thing when you haven't introduced the characters before the team-up.
Guardians of Galaxy did it properly.
That is a very good counterpoint.
And I mention Guardians of the Galaxy doing it very, very well compared to Suicide. Yeah. Because at the start, there's that exposition part that they love to do so much for some reason. Zack Snyder, what the fuck is wrong with you? They basically... So, if you don't know, Batman vs. Superman has one part where somebody's going through a file and then they are just like introducing all the heroes that's gonna be in Justice League. This one is the same thing, but it's in the beginning of the film. Fucking hell.
I heard also, like, the editing was just off. Like,
very bad.
'Cause they had to re-edit a bunch of scenes. And
if you think Batman vs. Superman was bad, this is worse.
Oh gosh, and I couldn't stand that movie. I mean, there were some parts I liked of the movie that I have some controversial views, as in controversial. I personally did not mind Lex Luthor's portrayal in... That's not the name of the actor. But I didn't mind Lex Luthor in Batman vs. Superman, but otherwise the movie just flat. Ugh. So I can't even imagine with Suicide Squad, because that was pretty bad.
I think if Suicide Squad came out before Batman vs. Superman, it would have been a better movie. Because I feel they took the criticisms that they got from Batman vs. Superman and tried to fix Suicide Squad, and it turned out worse. It seems...
That's what I heard.
Yeah, there were elements of like a Joker... There's supposed to be more Joker and Harley dynamics in the original edit. But then they shot extra scenes to try to make it a bit more... lighthearted and fun, but it's so forced. Like, there's so many parts they just shoved in like really popular mainstream songs, like Eminem stuff, Queen stuff, and shit.
Don't
and it
play
did
pop
not
songs
match
in your movie.
Yeah, and
You
it's
play
not like
oldies,
once
you
or twice,
can't
like
play-
5 times. Like, what the
dear.
fuck? All the characters
Feel
were
free-
boring.
Don't answer this if you see it as a spoiler, but is Joker part of the Suicide Squad? Or is he just in the movie?
I would say that there is not even close to being enough Joker scenes in the movie. It seems they shot a lot of Joker scenes and they edited most of them out. And Jared Leto is pretty pissed right now.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
It's quite bad.
There wasn't much of. I knew that they did not put like any Joker scenes in there. Like the amount was so few.
Gotta have your Willie Smith.
I got mad.
In a vacuum, Jared Leto did a very good Joker. In a vacuum.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But the plot that he was given and what we were shown in the theatrical release, a lot of people are calling a lot of people are comparing Jared Leto's Joker to Jesse Eisenberg's Luther. It's not that bad. Seriously, it's not that bad. I think he did a very good job as a Joker. It's just we didn't get enough of him to actually properly judge.
You should go and watch. It came out like 3 or so years ago. There's a DC cartoon, Suicide Squad, and it was pretty good.
I watched that one.
Was good.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Something Arkham.
DC cartoons
right?
are always good.
Something what? Arkham, right? Arkham something. It's
look
about
it
the
up
Suicide
right
Squad, and there is a part where they're wearing something on their necks and it can blow their heads off.
Yeah,
right?
that's the main thing of the Suicide Squad is they can be killed. It's called Batman Assault on Arkham.
Right, I watched that one. Very, very good.
It's pretty good.
DC's good at the cartoons. I don't know what's going on with the movies. There's something about
they're rushing it. They were like, holy shit, Marvel has like 8 years on us. So let's shove 8 years into 2-3 movies. Like, that's not a good idea.
No.
Warner Brothers is really missing a lot these days. They screwed up Mortal Kombat X on the PC. They screwed up Arkham Knight. They're screwing up their movies. It seems even Warcraft, even with the China release and them making pretty much half of their revenue from China, they're still gonna lose money.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. And Ghostbusters is about $70 million down the hole. So rumors are saying that the planned sequel is probably gonna get scrapped.
I heard that too.
Yeah, Leslie Jones is one of the worst characters I've ever seen on the screen of any sort of size.
I wouldn't mind an animated, like a cartoon.
They are making one.
Oh, cool. Oh.
Yeah, coming out in 2017 or 18 or something. They are making a animated Ghostbusters. I'm not sure if it's the all-female or if they're gonna get voices or anything like that from them or what. But yeah.
Cool.
Zack Snyder. What the fuck is
Zack Snyder?
Zack Snyder. What you doing, man?
The seal of crap.
And I heard, I follow this YouTube channel called Comic Book Girl 19. I really like her stuff. She talks about comic books.
Is she the one with like a short pink hair?
And like the shaved sides.
Yeah, okay. I've seen her.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever watched her videos.
Yeah, her videos are pretty good.
Yeah, same.
She mentioned that Ben Affleck that was trying really hard to salvage because he was acting and he's like trying to salvage in the middle of the shooting because he feels he's better than Zack Snyder, and I kind of agree with that. I do think he's a better director than Zack Snyder.
Isn't he directing a Batman film? Is that true?
Affleck? I don't know.
Yeah, I thought I heard he was going to direct a Batman flip. I remember hearing about it because a lot of people were saying, oh, maybe this will be good.
I hope so. But the best parts of the Batman vs. Superman ones is the Batman parts. Yeah. Yeah. Ben Affleck is a very good Batman.
Is the Superman from the Batman vs. Superman the same actor from the Superman movies?
The one before.
Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Henry
Cavill.
The same guy's
which
Man
also
of Steel.
acted in...
I haven't seen any of them.
What Uncle?
The Man from Uncle. Okay.
It's a fucking good movie. I love it.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
Very good movie.
Not having watched any of the source material, I like that movie.
Yeah, I'm a poser fan, whatever you want to call it. I love the movie a lot. It gave me the same
I like Armie
feeling.
Hammer too.
Yeah, the same. Yeah, he's so good. It gave me the same feeling as watching Kingsman.
Yeah.
It's like a very fun spy
Did you
thing.
try watching Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy?
What the hell is that?
It's actually it's very similar to The Man from U.N.C.L.E. It's a movie based off of an old show. The old show actually starred Alec Guinness, aka Obi-Wan Kenobi. But there's a new one with I don't even know who in it. But it's called Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. You know, it's kind of like British post-war
Cold War
spy era thing.
Yeah.
Has Gary Oldman and Colin Firth and Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a good movie.
It has Benedict Cumberbatch.
It has pacing issues. It's very hard to sit through the whole thing.
A lot of good actors, though. John Hurt.
Absolutely.
Toby Jones, Mark Strong. Oh,
I know,
shit.
It looks amazing. I haven't given it a chance yet. I should.
That's pretty cool.
I think I got good reviews from critics who have to sit through the whole thing. I don't know.
I mean, long movies.
Random fact I just discovered. The There was a 2004 Hellboy video game. Got terrible reviews. But the reason it's noteworthy, so I'm a huge Hellboy fan. I love Hellboy. The reason this is noteworthy is because one of the playable characters in it is Lobster Johnson, who's another Mike Mignola comic book character. And most importantly, he was voiced by Bruce Campbell. And so now I have a dream of a live-action Lobster Johnson movie with Bruce Campbell. Because Lobster Johnson's basically Batman crossed with Hellboy. Like he kills people. It's awesome.
Oh, no.
I love Bruce Campbell's voice. He has a very good voice. I love
Bruce Campbell's voice. I really need to watch the new Evil Dead series.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that. I still need to watch the Preacher series.
Yet. I haven't picked up on Preacher. I've watched the first 3 Preachers.
Unfortunately, I've heard of them, but I haven't watched them myself. So, and that is why I've not been able to contribute with that part of it.
I haven't watched much. The latest thing I watched was the Voltron Netflix series.
Yeah, right. I didn't finish that either. I'm struggling to keep up on all the things. I started too many things and I'm falling behind. I'm barely keeping up on top of my anime.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Apparently, people are hating the new Berserk more than I thought. Like, so, I will easily concede that the new Berserk series is worse in pretty much every way that I can think of than the previous Berserk series. I would still say it's good, though, because the previous Berserk series is amazing, but I haven't read the manga, so I don't know if that's where people are getting hate for it or not. I don't know, because I'm enjoying the new one well enough. Mm-hmm. It's Berserk. I mean, it's still good. It's a little silly, but it's good. I don't know. I don't know what people like about it. Yeah. Were you watching anime, sir? Or you're saying something that
we were talking about keeping up with the anime, and I've been very bad at that as well. I mostly watch a lot of like older stuff too, to be honest with you, because I don't have cable. So my anime has to be either through Netflix or what I can find online.
I highly endorse. This is an unpaid endorsement. I highly endorse watchcartoononline.com. It's very useful resource.
That actually is where I do watch when I go online. It's pretty great.
Yeah. It gets the dubs out quick if that's your jam, and they've got American and non-American shows.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very useful.
What else did you people do this week?
There's 2 other games I've played that I want to mention. The first one is a demo called Honey Rose, I think Ultimate Fighter Extraordinaire. It's like Honey Rose UFE. And it's first label is a visual novel. Like a lot of it's just clicking through dialogue and experiencing the story. Okay. The second label is it's a simulator. So it's like, it's day 23. What are you going to do today? Are you going to study mathematics? Or are you going to go to the gym and work out? Because you play like a college... I think the 3 stats, there's like strength, there's like 3 fighting stats and 3 school stats. Because you're trying to balance your school life and your secret so it's like amateur wrestling
street
life.
Fight or amateur wrestling? I was thinking what kind of fighting.
Yeah, she's an amateur wrestler. But the game mechanics are a little weird because... So these videos went up, and the developer commented on them, and they were saying they were trying to go for more like a beat-em-up, Streets of Rage type thing, which I don't know that it works well. Like, I feel like you should be a fighter or a beat-em-up. Because the problem is... Your swings are kind of slow. And so if it's just a fighter, then it's all about timing. Like, okay, I gotta swing now to do this thing. But in a beat 'em up, you have people walking around. So a lot of times, I'd start a swing at this guy walking towards me, and he'd just turn around and walk away. And I'd whiff. It's like, oh, this is the stupidest thing ever. It just doesn't feel good at all. So I don't know. But the story was good. The rest of the game was good. So, I look forward to the rest of that coming out at some point. And the other game I played, it's been on my wish list since November, and it went on sale for like $2.50 this week. Nice. So I picked it up, or last week. It's called Poncho. It's, It's kind of Fez-like in the sense that it's a side-scrolling platformer that does some really cool, like, 3-dimensional perspective stuff. Yeah. So the main mechanic behind Poncho is it's a side-scrolling platformer, but there are 3 layers. So, like, you can go into the background or come into the foreground. And obviously, like, if you're in the foreground, the things in the background are smaller and lower. So, like, let's say if I'm at this level and I can't jump this high, I can come to the foreground, for the camera, I'll come to the foreground, so now I'm bigger, so I can jump up, then in the air, go into the background and land on the thing. And so it's a pretty cute... Yeah. The underwater level was freaking nuts because the water distorted. It is impossible. I hated the water level, but the rest of the game is really cool.
I managed to get a key when it came out, and I did a first impression of that game. It had a lot of bugs. It had a game-breaking bug where I got stuck in the air, and whenever I spawned, I just kept dropping back down. I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I noticed something similar. It wasn't game-breaking bug, but so eventually in the game you get to the point where there's like platforms that are moving forward and backward in space too. So if I'm standing on a ledge and I fall off the edge, I'll respawn back at the top of the ledge. But if I respawn at the top of the ledge and the platform has now moved to occupy that space, I'll just die and spawn a bunch of times until the platform moves along. It's like, really? You couldn't think of a better way to handle this?
Wow.
For some reason,
crazy.
the developer did not put like spawn points or something.
They weren't really good on the spawn points, no.
You spawn where you die, pretty much.
He doesn't, I mean, the game doesn't handle death that well because there aren't a lot of situations where you can actually die. Like, you can fall occasionally, but even most of the game is kind of just like figuring out how to navigate, not like super like falling tricky death
I think the fact that you can jump and switch between the foreground and the background kind of messes with it. I think they should have just went with full on Fez where you jump and then you can only,
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because it doesn't have checkpoints or something. It sounds like there's like no checkpoints to...
There are no checkpoints. It's just wherever the ground was last, that before you died is where you get dropped.
It's a pretty cool concept that requires a bit more polish, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I still think the game's good and it's worth playing, if you can get it cheap enough, because it's only it's like 2.5 hours. So it's not a long game, but it could definitely benefit from some polish. The end was weird. The story kind of hit me at the end.
Oh.
A little bit sad.
Yeah. I played, finally, Her Story, which I got, like, a year ago and had not gotten a chance to play it. Yes! Oh my gosh! That just hit me. I'm really glad, because I did have to... Yeah, I did have to look up, just like a non-spoiler guide for some search terms toward the end because I was like, I know I've got 75% of this database unlocked. I can't find the final 25%. I did end the game and then go back in and stuff like that so you can open up more. But, oh my gosh. I love those kinds of really emotional story-like games. And so the whole time I'm just like, just clicking through, trying to think of, like, random search terms, and it's pretty funny the random ones I would come up with that would all of a sudden, like, lead me to this super, like, I don't want to give out spoilers in case people are gonna be playing it, but just random words that all of a sudden would get me into one of the later, clips, and so all of a sudden I'd be super confused, like, wait, what's going on? Like, I didn't see, like, the ending too soon or anything like that. It's pretty well paced. It's pretty well the way they do it. You don't do that, but, it's, definitely...
The plot twist in that was really fuck. What the fuck? The plot twist is really good.
I haven't played it. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's pretty cheap.
Yes,
it is.
I don't know what it's...
I think it's like $5.
Yeah.
I was kind of just turned off by the like live action.
See, I liked her acting. Yeah.
Her acting was actually not bad.
Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed it. I thought the lady who did it did a pretty good job considering the other twists in it of when she had to deal with. And so...
She has a pretty cool name as well. Her last name is Seifert. It's pretty fucking cool.
Also, my initial perception of the game was that... Because usually when I say live action, I assume it's one of those games where it's like, is this person lying? It's like, I mean, are they acting like they're lying? Because I don't want to play that game. Right,
yeah.
Did you play L.A. Noire?
Exactly. I don't want to play L.A. Noire.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. L.A. Noire.
But the one thing about L.A. Noire that's really cool is I recognize quite a few of the actors.
That is cool.
I'm like,
is pretty
this guy
cool.
looks very familiar. Because it's him. That's why.
Yeah.
Friggin'
I
him.
think the funny thing to me about L.A. Noire that because of the motion capturing that I really enjoyed was, and this is such a minor detail, but when you think of when you're making graphics for video games, everyone's heads were different sizes and different shapes. And when you're making a video game with lots of characters, usually it's one shape, right? Usually it's one model. But because they're using motion capturing, they're all different. I don't know. To me, like, that was, like, super cool. Like, oh, there's so many different kinds of people actually here instead of just, like, 2 or 3 models.
Pretty much. Her Story. Bloody good game. It was my top 10 or top 5 games of the year last year. So bloody good.
Not surprised. It's good.
So
it's real good.
Yeah.
I didn't know the progression system involved keywords like that. It kind of reminds me of Spellraiser, which was like a horror game with the same kind of mechanic, like in a computer system. So you're unlocking different file system names.
I have to say, this isn't really a big spoiler, but for her story, the first time the glare of your character came up, I almost screamed because I didn't expect it coming. I was like, oh, what was that? And so I kept like thinking like somebody was supposed to be behind me, but it's because it's you. But it took me a while to get that. So every time that would pop up, I would just keep jumping. It wasn't meant to be like horrifying, but it kind of was.
Metroid Prime, when you see Samus's eyes in the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Ugh.
So what else did you people do?
Jeez, we're getting on the bear.
I think you want me to mention that last weekend the reason I wasn't in the podcast because I was in Vegas for Defcon, which is always fun.
How was that? Never been there.
I helped somebody steal a giant floor sticker. So like Defcon puts up its own decorations, but they're different year to year, so they don't really care what happens to them. So on the last day, it's like 6 feet by 10 feet. It's like a big thing on the floor, like a giant rug, but it's made from like vinyl, and it's like adhered to the ground. And so we were peeling this up really quickly, trying to make sure nobody noticed us. And I got like 4 or 5 people to help us. And then we were carrying this wad of like flypaper like through the hotel, through the casino to the parking lot to load it into her car. But it was very DEFCON. It was good.
Did you just admit to stealing something?
They don't care, I don't think.
I don't think. Next thing you know, you're going to be getting an email from the company. From the police.
I go by my real name at DEFCON less than I do online.
So what were the highlights of DEFCON? What was cool?
Besides stealing.
One talk that was relevant to this podcast is there was a guy who designed a bot to play Super Smash Bros. Melee incredibly well. So right now I believe it only is set up to play Star Fox, and so we had it going against. He had people come up to play Marth, because I guess like in the competitive scene, like a top level Marth player and a top level Star Fox player, the more or less common consensus is that the Fox player doesn't really have a chance. Like it's generally held that the Marth player just is an auto win against a Fox player. But his AI just beats the crap out of it because it can do frame perfect inputs. So like, if somebody does a dodge roll, it knows exactly where they'll be and the frame they're vulnerable the second they come out of the dodge. So you can just, basically the tactic was avoid attacks, grab someone as soon as possible, and use the down smash. So you shoot them, and you just shoot them, and you shoot them, and then eventually they get high enough damage that you can hit them off the stage. But it had some little more advanced stuff, like it could edge guard and that kind of stuff. But it wasn't really super interesting to watch the gameplay because it's just so one-sided, but it was cool to hear him talk about having to deal with some issues. Like, I guess there's a bug in Smash Bros. Melee where, so like the way the game works is, you put an input into your controller, the game reads the input from your controller, and it renders it onto the thing. There's a bug where every so often, like, it slowly drifts closer and closer and closer until eventually you enter input onto your controller. Sorry, the game reads input from your controller before you've actually had a chance to change the input from your controller. So, they actually patched the Smash Bros. Melee to get the bot working, because every now and then it would just freak out because it's doing stuff every second it possibly can. Oh, yeah, I don't know. My 5 personal favorite talk is the people who were trying to attack self-driving car sensors. So like, self-driving cars use a mix of things. They use LiDAR, they use radar, and they use sonar. Some of them also use regular cams, but they didn't attack those at all. But it's really interesting just to see how easy some of them were to defeat. Like, freaking this sound foam, one of the researchers, he basically just had a roll of that, and he wrapped it around himself, and the sonar couldn't see him at all. So the car just hit him. Like, it's going like 1 mile an hour. But as a proof of concept, like, will the car stop? It's like, no, because it can't see you at all. It's like, oh, that's not good.
What the
Terrifying.
fuck?
Yeah.
And it's relevant to you.
It is relevant to me. Yeah. I mean, that was my most surprised one, but one of the more relevant attacks is just sorts of things like, so sonar operates between like 46 kilohertz and 50 something kilohertz. So it's very easy to get like a small like emitter and just point it at the car and just blast out its sensors so it can't detect anything through them. And again, it'll hit you because it can't detect anything through those sensors. I mean, different. It's more of a software thing than a hardware thing. Like just you need to be able to recognize when your sensors are not reporting the real world accurately. And currently at the what were they? They're going against a Tesla? No, they were going against. I don't remember what they were going against. But it didn't have the software to support that, so it was
probably
not,
something that you can
them.
get on the market, right?
Yes, something you can currently get on the market.
Isn't Tesla the only one?
The
Google ones are not available in the market, right?
It's something like Google. I mean, well, they might have been. Yeah, it must have been a Tesla because I don't think they were. There's other cars that have like like advanced cruise control, whatever they call that. And I don't think this was one of those. I think this was like a level 4, or level 3 self-driving car. I don't know. But that was a cool one. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of just hung out. I didn't really go to as many talks this year as I normally go to.
You were
couple
just
of
busy
weeks
because they're
stealing
online.
wall decorations.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago on the podcast, I complained about Just Cause 3 because it's a fun game that doesn't want me to play it because it's so shit at being efficient with like the memory and all that. It leaks memory, so it's basically using 2 gigabytes of my 8 gigabyte memory, but if you change it to percentage wise, it's using 90%. Just that one fucking game. So, just an update on that. It had the balls to warn me. I recently tried to play it for a while, I think last week. It had the balls to warn me that I did not have enough memory. Yes, motherfucker, it's because you're taking all of it. That's why.
Oh, no.
And the latest patch is to get you ready for DLC. Downloadable cock.
Great.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Avalanche. Thank you.
Thanks.
At least Mad Max wasn't that bad. So yes.
The game, right? You're talking about the game.
The game, yeah. The movie was amazing.
It was pretty good, yeah.
Very good. I did not play much this week. Mostly Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. And a bit of Platinum.
Yeah. Yeah, my thing was Her Story. I finished it in 2 nights.
It's like a 3-hour game.
Yeah. Depends on how long it takes you to get through it, but yeah.
Yeah. Anything else that people have done this week?
I got a new desktop. That's about as much excitement. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is a very cool thing.
It's a pretty beast of a desktop. Yeah. It's a pretty.
It's a 1080 in there, right?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited because I've had my laptop has served me for about 6 years. It has somehow not died on me yet, and probably will soon. But I've got my desktop at least to keep things running, so I can finally stop borrowing my brother's desktop for all my editing. So that's great. But yeah, just playing around and setting things up and all that good stuff.
Nice. Oh, all my Witcher books are here finally.
Hooray!
Hey, I got 4 in the mail yesterday. So now I have all 6. The 7th one is still not translated yet, so it doesn't count.
Ah, that's okay.
I can't read Polish.
Neither can I. We have that in common.
Yeah. What else, people? If not, we can move on to some really interesting stuff that happened, I guess, maybe, I think. Oh, I forgot to say why I mentioned the room. So, not the room, the ring.
The ring, yes.
So, there are like 2 very popular like horror Japanese movies, right? One is The Ring, and the other
Grudge,
one,
right?
The Ring. Yeah, Grudge is The Ring, isn't it?
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I think The Grudge is from The Ring.
Yeah, something like that.
The Grudge is the monster from The Ring?
I have no idea. But do you know the movie Ju-On? It's another horror movie from Japan, I believe.
It sounds familiar, but
it does sound a little familiar.
They are doing a The Ring versus Ju-On movie. I don't know what the
Oh my god.
That sounds awesome. See, that sounds awesome. In a dumb way, but an awesome way.
I understand like Freddy versus Jason, I guess. But this one, I don't know.
How do you draw that line? They both sound equally awesomely dumb.
Well, okay, but like Freddy versus Jason, at least, like they actually have weapons and, hurt people. The lady from The Ring, which, by the way, I looked it up. The Grudge is a totally different movie, but the girls just look the same. That's why. Anyway, the weapons of videotape in the... Wait, am I misremembering The Ring?
They both have their flaws. Like, how is Freddy gonna fight Jason unless Jason goes to sleep?
They'll find a way, I guess.
No, nature finds a way.
Yeah. Is the battle gonna be like from Ju-on, they watch the videotape and then, oh no? Like, well, how's this
There's a
work?
really good comic book I read. What was it? Was it RoboCop or... No, it was Alien versus Terminator. I think, versus Predator? It was like a 3-way fight. It was really cool.
I read the Predator versus Batman one. That one's really good.
Oh, I haven't read that one. That sounds pretty cool.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah,
seriously.
I heard about that one.
Pretty much.
Let me guess. They end up teaming up to fight a thing.
Oh, no. It's just Batman versus Predator.
Cool.
That's all it is.
I am surprised Predator doesn't win.
It's Batman.
Read it. Really, it's really good.
It's Batman. But how did he prepare for a Predator?
I have no idea. It's Batman.
I guess it's true, actually. So Batman did beat Arnold Schwarzenegger, who beat the Predator. Therefore, Batman owns Predator. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze.
Oh. Right. I forgot.
Ipso facto.
I forgot he was Mr. Freeze.
How could you forget his best performance of all time?
Those Batman movies are way better than Suicide Squad.
They're so entertaining. They are the best. I love those.
I am not surprised. That's the sad part.
Because they don't take themselves too seriously. While the Suicide Squad just doesn't know whether they want to take themselves seriously or not.
Those are the Tim Burton. No, those are not Tim Burton. Those are somebody else.
Tim Burton.
Or the Tim Burton.
Did the first one, right? With Michael Keaton as Batman. I'm very excited.
Wikipedia, help me.
I don't know the Josh Clooney Bat Nipples one is made by who.
George Clooney did 2 movies, right? He did one with... The second one was with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Uma Thurman.
Is that the one that's called Batman and Robin?
I think so.
And then
there's
there's
Robin's
another
definitely
one.
in it.
He was in 2,
And the
right?
other one has Penguin and... Oh no, Penguin's also in the friggin' Mr... I can't remember from Penguin. But yeah, no, Penguin's a Tim Burton one. Right, okay. So the one you're talking about has, is it the Riddler and Two-Face in it?
You see? There's so many good rogues to use. And Suicide Squad had such a boring villain. Oh my god. It's so bad.
Can you say who it is without spoiling? Or is it a total spoiler?
It's not really a spoiler. It kind of happens like 15-20 minutes within the movie.
Okay, tell me then. So I'll go with 3, 2, 1, and then you tell me. In one word. If you can.
Enchantress.
I didn't count down.
Oh.
But okay.
I was waiting. I was like, okay, never mind.
I was waiting to see if you could tell me if it's one word. Okay, her. Isn't she a Wonder Woman villain? Am I misremembering?
She was supposed to be part of the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
But then she turned rogue. Or whatever.
I see.
Because she's a witch.
Wasn't Huntress part of the Birds of Prey?
Oh, you said Huntress. I thought I said Enchantress.
I said Enchantress.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Huntress.
Enchantress.
Never mind. Oh yeah, I thought she was part of the Suicide Squad.
So boring. My god. Holy shit. It's oh man, don't watch that movie. Don't even waste time streaming it on Netflix or anything.
I will eventually get around to it.
I would say if there is a director's cut, which Batman vs Superman is getting a director's cut, I think it's gonna be much better.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch
Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch the director's cut of Batman vs.
It's funny. Yeah, I was just in the DMV this week, so I'm sitting there, waiting at the DMV like you always do, and they have screens like showing basically commercials, and one of the ones that scrolled by a couple times was Suicide Squad came out in August. It's the highest grossing film in August of all time.
It is.
But audiences waned after Thursday and Friday, implying they didn't like it. It's like, yeah.
Gee, I wonder. Come on, DC, you can do better. Speaking of DC, Batman...
Can they though?
I mean, I don't know. They gotta do something. I don't really feel that hopeful for the Justice League. Maybe it's just me, but when I saw the trailer, I wasn't really that excited. It just... I don't know what it was. The editing was off to me. Something was off about... Okay, I'm not the only one then, because something was off about it when I watched it. I was like, the actors are decent. The lines aren't bad. There's just something off with the way that this is being filmed. I don't know what it was. It was weird.
The one thing about these movies is they're not really like shot very late. It should be done by now, maybe. So I'm not sure if they can change anything by now.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing.
That's like another thing not to look forward to. Comic-Con basically put out the opinion. Obviously, we can't substantiate this as fact or not yet.
Right.
Comic-Con basically cast a big shadow over the Killing Joke being crap.
I heard that.
Ooh.
I have it.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's not
either.
out yet.
It is.
Is it
it
out
is.
already? Oh, okay.
just
Oh
came
yeah,
out.
yeah, it's been out.
This came out.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it.
I've heard weird. Like I heard what happens in it, and I'm not a fan for multiple
A lot of people are
reasons.
not fans of the bad girl parts.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Not a fan at all.
That's what they. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it makes me so mad because it could have been really interesting, and they had all the good voices, and then they make that happen, and I'm just not having it.
I'll probably torture myself to watch it just so I can review.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Red was a DC movie. Sorry, I'm looking at DC
Red?
movies to see what's a good one. Red, the movie with John Malkovich, Helen Mirren, Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman,
Red.
Carl Urban.
It's so good.
Apparently, it's a DC film.
A what?
Oh.
It's a DC
I
comic
googled
book?
DC films and it came up.
Huh.
I'm
That's
not
weird.
seeing what it's based off of though. Oh yeah,
Not familiar.
yeah. I mean, it's a DC comic book. Apparently, I didn't know.
It's
that.
like-
V for Vendetta definitely counts.
It's
V
like
for Vendetta is
special
probably the best
agents when
DC
they're
movie of all
really
time.
old people and they still kick ass. It's actually really funny.
It's
really good.
basically the Expendables, but they're not expendable. It's better than I think it's better than the Expendables.
I feel, yeah. There's two movies in the Red series.
There are two,
Yeah.
and they're both good. Expendables has a bigger cast, so it's kind of cool to see. But Red's actually has like a story.
Red, yeah, it's a better movie. It's definitely a better movie. I did a 3DS buying guide video, which is like 42 minutes long. It's going
Wow.
up.
Nice.
It's once this podcast is up, it's already up. So go ahead and check that out on my channel. Reason I did it was because my friend just got a 3DS, and he was asking like, so what should I buy? Blah blah blah. I was like, I should make a video and get all the ad revenue, all the cents,
From him,
all the cents.
watching it over and over again.
Click on my
I
ass,
forgot,
please.
dang it.
Click on my ass, please. Don't click too much though. I might get banned.
Yeah, I know.
So yes, anything else, people? Or do you want to move on?
I haven't seen any movies lately. I really wanted to see Yoga Hosers, even though it's gotten really bad reviews.
A lot of bad movies are coming out.
There's been a lot of
know.
nothing's come out recently
really-
with good reviews.
Not really. Anyone see Sausage Party? I know I didn't.
Oh God, no.
I
I'm
kinda want
tempted,
to.
but no.
Yeah, kinda want to though.
I feel like I need to have a few drinks before I watch that movie.
Something funny about that sausage party, I can't remember which organization, some kind of rating board. I'm not even sure if it's a US rating board or whatever. They asked the movie to take out the pubic hair on one of the sausages or something.
The fact that
I heard
sentence,
about this.
I
To
hadn't
make it
heard
an
about
R
this.
rating. Because otherwise it was going to be an NC-17. So in order to get an R rating, it took out a pubic hair, which is just...
Bullet dodged.
Oh my gosh. So, wow.
Is it the American board?
Yeah, it sounds like it, because America would be
Definitely
obsessed with
sounds
that
like
kind
it.
of thing.
Because I believe European stuff is they actually use numbers, right? Like 5 and 7 and 8 or something.
Oh, do they?
I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah,
Like,
American
if-
board's the letters.
Yeah, if you look at the console video games, the physical versions, and if you see different region games, the rating is
Yep.
different. Rating is
Yes.
different.
The last movie I saw that I liked, I think, was Hardcore Henry.
The first person one, right?
I really enjoyed it.
Nice. Would you watch it wearing a VR headset?
So what does that mean? Like, does that mean I can turn my head and it turns the camera?
No. No.
You're just
Almost-
there.
It's just a screen
Virtually.
up
It's
in
just
my
like
face.
up your face.
I mean, I would. I don't think that'd make it significantly better, though.
Do you think it's better because it's a first-person movie?
No.
Might feel more natural, right?
The main thing that made me like it has nothing to do with it being a first-person movie. But it definitely is a cool gimmick, I think. I definitely don't think, all movies should be first person from now on. It's the way of the future. No, but...
Doom did one scene, right? With a first person scene?
I didn't see Doom.
The Rock Doom
The Rock?
with Keith Urban.
Yeah, I never saw it.
I think when he got the BFG gun, he took...
Okay.
When he took the BFG gun, I think, or something like that.
I mean, certain scenes are definitely cool. I think the parkour scenes don't work that well because you can't tell what's going on. But a lot of the action scenes work really well first person.
Nice. I'm going to watch it someday.
It's on Steam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it there.
I'm looking forward to Kubo and the Two Strings next Friday.
Yes, I want to see that.
It's a CGI movie about...
Yeah.
I'm not sure what, nationality... Kubo. K-U-B-O.
Oh.
Kubo? Kubo?
It might be Kubo.
Kubo.
If it's Japanese, I think it's Kubo.
Kubo. But it looks really, really cool. Like, it visually just looks cool. I have no idea if the story is going to be good at all. I feel like Matthew McConaughey is a weird choice as a voice actor for that character he got cast in, but it looks really cool. Any Archer character with 4 arms who uses 2 bows at once is going to be cool.
What is that movie by Disney that's like a Hawaiian or something?
That looks good. I don't know what it's called.
What's it called?
Moana? M-O-A-N-A.
Moana?
I can't
Sounds
pronounce
Moana.
Sounds
Disney
right.
Hawaiian Princess.
Yeah,
2016 film.
I'm gonna mispronounce it. Moana, I think. Yeah, that I'm really excited for that one.
So it seems people are complaining about the character designs. Because of course they are.
I did as well. When they were first complained, I never like it. Like Warcraft has this problem too. I hate it when men and women look completely incompatible. Like, his arm is as big as her entire body, and that's disgusting.
So it seems he is based off of a god or something. Some kind of warrior god.
Well, in the movie, he is a god as well.
Oh, he is a god. Okay.
Yeah, he is. He's a demigod, I think.
Sorry, yes.
So a lot of people are calling him sexist and stuff, pretty much.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, I don't care that much. I have a strong preference for it not being the way it is, but I don't care that much.
Well, it's coming out end of this year, right?
He's also a shapeshifter, which also explains a lot of it.
Yes, exactly.
He can look however he wants to look.
Life of Pets is out.
That's true.
Is it good? I haven't watched it.
I have no idea.
Life of Pets came out and Finding Dory 2 came out around the same time. I wanted to see them both, and I ended up seeing neither.
Yeah, I didn't watch Finding... Although I'm like the only person in the world that was not a huge Finding Nemo fan, but that's because of a very specific...
It was okay.
I don't know. It's just... It was never... It wasn't like my favorite movie when I was younger, and so Finding Dory was like, okay.
It's okay to not like a thing.
I'm sorry.
It's okay to not like something.
I did watch the newest Star Trek, however. The third
Yeah, me too.
Beyond.
How was it?
So... I liked it. I'm not like a huge...
I liked it.
I'm not like... I can't say I'm a Trekkie because I didn't really grow up with it, although my mom loves Star Trek, and so she likes the movies a lot. She's one of the Trekkie fans that does like the movies.
I hear the new movies are not really Star Trek.
I don't think so, from what I've heard. But, again, I didn't watch tons of the old movies, so I can't really tell you, but I think it kind of depends on what you're looking for. For my mom, I
don't even know what they mean, actually.
I think it's, if I remember correctly, Star Trek, and someone's gonna say I'm wrong in the comments, but I think Star Trek.
Yeah, we got comments. Yay, comments.
I'll start a fight in the comments. Basically, from what I know from Star Trek, there was a lot of also kind of like talks, like philosophical talks about like going to other planets and cultures and stuff like that, and you don't get that as much in the movies. It's much more action based and stuff like that. Yeah. The main thing I think that my mom likes and that I like is the characters. To me, are really well established. Like all the characters in the new movies and stuff. It also helps that they actually have a lot of fun on the set. Like all the characters are really close. All the actors really like number 2. That.
Mostly because of Benedict.
I liked them all. I liked them all.
I liked number 2 for friggin' Peter Weller.
How is number 3 compared to number 2?
It's hard to say because I watched number 2 like right before I watched number 3. To be honest with you, because I was like, oh, we're gonna watch number 3. Oh gosh, I need to watch number 2. And it's hard to say. I think there's not as much. the dramatic tension is not quite the same as number 2.
The stakes are very low.
Yeah, well,
I feel like in 3 the stakes are a little low. It's not. I don't know. The bad guy's just worse. The bad guy's just straight up worse.
Okay. Yeah.
Idris Elba, which is awesome, but his motivation's like, what do you? I don't get it. You're angry. You're angry. Whatever.
The twist in number 3 doesn't make a ton of sense, in my opinion.
There's not enough build up for it.
There was not enough build up, and then it just kind of were like, wait. So why? Why did this happen?
Exactly.
It was I felt it. Also, the funny thing to me about number 3, have you guys played the Mass Effect series at all?
Yep. I've played the first one and half of the second.
I played 2 and 3.
Okay, you played 3? Okay. The third Star Trek movie takes a lot of elements from the second, and in my opinion, from the second Mass Effect game. Which, in my opinion at least, the whole collectors thing is very, very similar to what happens in the third movie and in the second game, in my opinion at least, but that's just how I viewed it. Maybe someone else won't view it that way.
You mean just the way they look? What part of them? The way they looked, or the way they
just kind of the way they looked and act. The fact that they were collecting humans, and also just kind of the way that they were appearing, just seemed very reminiscent of collectors and stuff like that. Just how I viewed it.
I mean, Star Trek's always had something that collects humans. It seems like, though.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's just a sci-fi thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I would. Yeah. Not it's just the idea, but it's something about the way they looked too. Just kind of reminded me of collectors.
I can see it.
I love Idris Elba.
But I don't know if it's on par with 2. I think.
Oh, that's good.
Both have different things that did better or worse than the other.
Nice.
Yeah, I would say that.
I do like the main cast. I think they have very good chemistry.
Yes, I love the cast. I think it's my favorite part of the new Star Trek movies is the cast is so tight.
One thing I really liked about the new third movie, there's a new female character who is a lot like Rey from the new Star Wars movie, but better. Because the problem I thought with Rey, the alien one. She's a bit of a Mary Sue, not complete. She's a bit of a Mary Sue in that she's like. I say she's like Rey because she's like, I can do this and I can do this and she can do all these things, and she's very like Deus Ex Machina and like I can fix all the problems, but they don't shove it in your face like they do with Rey.
Right.
And that's what I like about her. She's suddenly just like it kind of like I'm doing all the things. I'm the badass here, you guys.
It's subtle. Butts. It's not like
it's a little more subtle compared to Star Wars's take on it.
That's good.
Yeah.
But so you should see it. It's pretty good.
It is worth seeing.
Nice.
Certainly.
It's better than Suicide Squad.
I'm sure it
sounds
is.
Like it.
I think most movies coming out this year should be better than Suicide Squad.
I hope so.
It's a really low bar. Okay.
At this point.
So let's talk about some things that's happening.
Okay.
Pokemon Go is updating its app, and a lot of people are hating it.
Yep.
The biggest thing that they're doing or taking out is the Pokemon trackers. So
they're not replacing it with a new system. They're just straight up taking it out. No more tracking.
They have replaced it. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently there's like a replacement where like if you're near a Pokestop, it'll tell you if the Pokemon is near that Pokestop or something.
Is it?
But you
I have
tell
no idea.
But only near a Pokestop. Interesting.
But basically there are third-party websites that you can go on, and then it'll tell you where the Pokemon is, and how the websites get that info is it taps into the servers of Niantic, and apparently Niantic just took all of them out. They're trying to basically. A lot of people are pissed off because Pokemon Go is very random, very RNGesus, and it seems they showed like actual numbers and stuff. These trackers were really hitting the servers very, very hard, apparently. So makes sense for them to take it out. But a lot of people were like, I'm not playing this shit if there's no trackers. I'm not gonna walk around.
They removed one of the few gameplay elements, or like they shot one of the mechanics.
Right, it's an actual gameplay element. Oh well.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing is the guy who did Pokevision. I think it's Pokevision,
Yeah,
which is
that's
the
the most
which was
popular
the main
one.
tracker. I know because we used it actually for a while it was still in function. He made a tweet because he took it out right away. He didn't want to mess with it, but he made a tweet after Niantic made that update and was like, "You can't play." You can't make a Marco Polo game and then take out the polo part. Which is pretty accurate to what has happened.
That's a good way to say it. That's a good way to say it. Yeah, Niantic. A really cool thing, really small. Do you guys know the game Vanquish by Platinum? It was only on the PS3. You use like a guy in a cyborg suit, and then you can boost yourself, but because you have like jetpacks in your freaking knees.
That sounds awesome, but
it is very awesome.
Familiar.
A lot of people love it.
Familiar.
He's thinking about putting it on the PC, which would be very fucking cool. That's good.
Yes.
Because I had a PS3 and didn't play it. It's a cult classic though. So that's cool.
That's cool.
And talking
I feel like that's true for most of Platinum's games.
Yeah. I think the most mainstream is probably Bayonetta.
I would say Bayonetta.
And a lot of the people came from Clover, which worked on Okami, which also was kind of cult, I guess.
Yeah, Okami's pretty cult classic.
So good though.
Too bad it's a good game.
Because this is relevant, the guy who created Scott Pilgrim is thinking of re-releasing the game. The beat 'em
I
up.
saw you retweet that.
Oh really? Oh man.
I want to play that on the PC.
It's supposed to be a pretty good beat 'em up, side scrolling
yeah.
beat 'em up.
Yeah, I had it on the PS3. I did not finish it though. I don't mind buying it again.
If it has online co-op, that'd be amazing.
Nice.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, I have no idea if it will. I'm just saying that would be great if it did.
There's really not much happening this week. Overwatch got new microtransactions, and you can't use in-game money to buy them, and it's limited time only.
Oh, do it now, quick! You're gonna miss out on the thing.
Yeah.
Go.
I believe it's Olympic skins. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's
plausible.
Olympic skins. So it's limited time only. You can only get them in loot boxes, and you cannot buy them with. You cannot get it unless you pay money, basically.
So you can show the whole world how big a fool you are.
So a lot of
Indeed.
people who were supportive of Overwatch's previous microtransaction program is now pissed off. The people who already told you that the previous microtransaction program was shit is laughing right now. So
They're vindicated.
It's quite funny,
Fantastic.
really. The biggest, dumbest news, I guess, this week. Deus Ex Mankind Divided marketing. They are really hit and miss with their marketing. The previous bullshit one was they were doing tiers when it comes to their pre-order. So that was like a long time ago, like last year. So you unlock more stuff as more people pre-order. People are like, what the fuck? This is not Kickstarter or something. It's not like early.
Gosh.
So that was scrapped because it was really dumb. This
Good.
one, I think, is worse.
Why? How?
What happened?
You know how games sometimes want to talk about something really serious, and they don't really take any effort to weave it into the story. They just take like buzzwords and then like combine them and shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you know Deus Ex has some sort of a racism component to it, right? Because of like the augmented people versus the normies.
Sure.
Yes. Yep.
Guess what their newest slogan is? Just try and guess. It's very relevant to Americans.
It's I remember this. It's
Land of
whatever lives matter.
It's Aug Lives Matter.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesomely insensitive. That's so awesome.
So bad.
Just one thing.
Why?
It doesn't really matter how you feel about the whether you support it or not, but I'm also very okay with games taking on like really serious matters, but this is just very lazy.
Agreed. Agreed.
Lives matter. Aug.
Wait. So I haven't played any of the franchise. The Augs are the people who are persecuted against?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because they have
Shouldn't
abilities,
they be the ones
like
who are
mutants.
like, we're better than you basic humans. That's how the writing usually goes.
But isn't that the same thing with X-Men though? The mutants are the one that is oppressed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
it's true.
But, I mean, you have to buy an augmentation. So it's like the rich, wealthy people. Like, how are you persecuting against the rich people?
But isn't it like some are like
I don't know.
life-saving surgery and stuff? It's not just rich people. It's
probably.
Like,
I
but
don't
you
think
still have to be rich to get it? I don't know how it works.
Some is maybe just because they have a lot of money. Some is, I think most is because it's like they had to get surgery to save their lives or whatever.
I know that's the case for the main character in the second one. Because I played the first hour or so of that. Spoiler alert, in the first hour you almost die and get reborn as a Augman.
Read-only Memories had something similar to that. Super cool game. So yes, Aug Lives Matter. And the... I'm not sure what's position. He's like super high up there in Square or Eidos or whatever. President of marketing, something of marketing, some dictator of marketing, whatever.
Dictator of marketing.
He was like, people were like asking him, so like, why did you use Black Lives Matter's like slogan and shit? We did not.
Why?
They used ours.
I think it would have been better if they said that. He just said we did not know they were using it. What?
Oh, what? No.
Aren't you like a marketing guy? You should be knowing this shit, right?
Right. Whether or not it's true,
you're really bad at your job.
It's true, but no one's gonna believe you. Like right. Even if that's true, and it's not, no one's gonna believe you.
Exactly.
I can't get over the fact that they said that they didn't know it was being used. Where did you get? Did someone in the team just be like, guys, I have a brilliant idea. Let's do
basically
#Aug's Life Matter.
They said it's coincidence.
Coincidence.
No, it's not. It's not, bro. Not. Dude, it's not.
Oh, it's so bad.
Quite. God dang it. I bet they already made all the shirts and hats that say it too.
They probably did.
They were like, shit, pre-order. Oh, fuck, and I have to bring this back to the factory. And
quick, put them in the dumpster. No one can see them.
Burn them.
Burn them.
Burn the witch.
I actually only have those. Such a slow ass week. Unless you want to talk about No Man's Sky and the hate is getting...
Got delayed, if you didn't know, but everyone knows by now.
Yeah.
Actually, the game's out by the time you listen to this, so...
Yeah.
And it's got delayed again.
The PC one is the latest one. Is on the 13th of August.
Okay.
Extra patching and shit. I don't know. But basically, the cool thing is... the physical versions for the PS4... on the back, there's a sticker. If you peel that sticker off, it actually says that online play.
Ha! Wait, so that means they knew it wouldn't work.
I think it was a last minute thing, so last minute that they could not recall the things that have been sent out.
This is stickers.
Yep. So they just use stickers.
Wow.
Good
job.
So I think...
So that means they don't think it's going to work anytime soon.
Probably not.
They
were.
God.
I'm pretty sure in the beginning, the game design document was going to be like it was going to be like a Star Citizen style MMO or something.
Could be. I was reading an article today where someone was talking about that, like how, because I had never heard that there'd be online play, but apparently it's always kind of been a thing that he's talked about.
It's either he wasn't clear and he purposely didn't want to be clear because he thought he could be done, maybe. Yeah. But one thing's for sure, Sony is definitely in charge of marketing here. So part of the blame should go to Sony.
Good job, Sony.
Wait, Sony? How is this an indie game if it's also a Sony game?
I think Sony helped produce it.
Sony helped. I'm not sure if they funded it, but it's also being marketed by Sony for their PS4. It's being published by the developers.
I feel like that
for
makes
the
it
Steam.
not an indie game.
It's not
well,
really.
It's about as indie as Life is Strange is indie. Because Life is Strange is technically an indie game, but it was also produced, and funded by Square Enix, right?
Or like Child of Light.
It was published by Square Enix. So they help with marketing and shit like that.
Yeah, it's the same kind of deal as that, I think.
We talked about this for like 40 minutes in a video.
Yeah.
How to define indie games. And we did not reach a conclusion at all after the...
That is true.
Yeah.
But basically, they were a 15-man studio, so that kind of counts as indie.
Sure. Okay. Fair point. If the dev team is small enough, maybe.
Yeah. I think he was also like, he kept looking around every day at work, like, holy shit, only 15 people. I don't think we can put online play in this game.
Yeah.
I just don't want Sean Murray to be the next Peter Molyneux. That's all I want. Like, don't be the next Peter Molyneux. Don't be promising shit that you
Well,
can't.
he's way too vague to be Peter Molyneux so far.
Is he the next?
That's true.
Do you think he's the next level of Peter Molyneux? Like, he's Peter Molyneux. Oh, shit.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know enough to assert that it's deliberate like I think it is with Peter Molyneux.
Yeah. Peter Molyneux just like says stuff and this dev team goes, wait, you want us to do what? I don't know if he's quite that level yet.
We can't do that. Yeah.
So just wanna
We can't do that.
the proper term is not segue. What's the proper term?
Segue, yeah, sure.
Segue, yeah.
I just wanna.
If you're moving to a new topic, it's a segue.
I wanna drift off topic and then come back. I wanna overtake for a while and then come back.
If you're using software programming lingo, you can fork off a branch and then merge back in.
Okay, sure.
Alright.
I'm gonna fork off a branch and then merge back in. We're talking about Peter Molyneux. One of my favorite games of all time is Black and White, and because it's so awesome, right?
Yes.
And I've been following like game collector videos. Especially this guy Metal Jesus Rocks, he's so good on YouTube. And
Metal Jesus.
part of collecting, a lot of people like to collect for the consoles and stuff. But part of collecting for the PC is collecting big box PC games, which is like the old school comes in the big box. I was looking at eBay for one for Black and White just to see. I knew it was gonna be expensive, but one of those boxes can go for $50. Jeez,
Holy crap.
fucking hell!
I think we still have ours.
Damn, I would do anything for that. Seriously,
Yeah, right.
it's so good. I have one for it came yesterday with Dragon Age. It's the thing, the 2002 third-person action game.
I didn't know there was a game for it. That makes sense. That movie's amazing.
Yeah, and and like all big boxes, it opens up.
The old one's amazing. I don't know the new one.
Yes, the fold out.
Yeah, I love
I
the
miss
super
those.
cool blue.
I still have my Warcraft boxes with the fold out. World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Oh, this kind of shit is worth stuff these days.
Well, it's
Bizarre.
not sealed probably, so it's not gonna be worth
No.
as much, but
Yeah,
that's because it's been used with love. And that's what matters.
Black and White, $50. I love it, but not that
That's
much.
Not that much.
It does. It's because I have to ship it to Malaysia, so
Yeah.
It's like
that's
frickin' hell.
that's gonna spike. The
shipping
cost.
alone is $20. Nope. Nope.
That's a nope.
It's pretty steep.
Okay, so let's merge back in. No Man's Sky is shit.
Okay.
People are really salty with the reviews. Very salty. Jim Sterling
It's
did his
too bad.
did his review on
I
his
feel like
website,
if
and
there'd
people
been-
DDoS attacked him
Because
because he gave a 5 out of 10.
I feel like if the the pitch had been accurate, this would probably be good. But if the pitch had been accurate, nobody would have heard about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. The thing is, some people were saying like this game was perfect for early access. I think I agree to a certain extent. Because if you go into early
I
access
mean, it
and say
should have been
this
early
is-
access. Is that what you're saying?
if you go into early access and say this is an open world survival game, it's like there's so many of that.
That's true.
But I guess they would have gotten good use of feedback at least.
I feel like the people who like that genre are. I don't know. I know many people who like the open world sandbox genre who play all of them, and I don't get it because to me they're all the same. Or they're not all different enough.
Right.
But I feel like people of the genre will play anything of that genre.
My favorite creature that I've seen screenshots of is the one that is on 4 legs with a penis for a head.
I haven't
There's
seen
at least
any.
one. There's probably 20 though.
Yeah.
They should have just taken spore creatures. That would have been awesome.
I love Spore.
See, that's what No Man's Sky was like reminding me of. Like that's what like concern for.
All
I
the
don't know.
hype.
But
yeah,
but
the hype
Spore,
for it.
but Spore was the same thing, right? We were like, oh, this is
Yes.
like
Exactly.
the God
This is-
simulator that you should.
Yes.
You don't need
Yes.
And then
any
it
more
came
God
out-
simulator. This is the God.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, but it's not
Yeah.
good.
And then it
Right.
came out, and then it just tanked. It was just bad. It's
I wonder if
like
there's a
they should've
big
just
box
left the
version of it.
creator.
I'll be super stoked if I have one of those.
There is like a collector's edition or something.
Yeah, it should be.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No Man's Sky. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a either you love it or hate it game, because
It's kind of
because Sean tried to clarify like right before the release, which I think is a bit too late. He was basically
It's all
saying
too late at that point.
he was basically saying like, I don't think it's the game that you might think it is.
He's like backpedaling a little bit. It's a good sign.
Yeah.
It's a great sign.
But it's getting like sevens, mostly sevens, so which means it's a pretty okay game. I think if you, the common thing I've read in reviews is it's a good game to pick up and play once in a while to relax. If you play too much of it in a stretch or in a few days in a row, you'll get tired of it, because even though it's random, it kind of randomizes the same thing. Variety is not really there. Yeah. I don't really have much to talk about No Man's Sky. I don't even know if I want to get it now.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of how I'm feeling too.
Yeah.
I feel like I would just want to watch other people play and just be like, oh, this looks nice.
I don't want to get it just to do a review on it, because
makes sense.
Gajillions of people are going to be doing reviews of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm dry. I am totally dry.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Do you guys have
It's a
anything
good
you want to talk about?
hour and a half's not bad.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
You want to wrap it up? It's a good place, I think.
Okay.
We started pretty late.
Yeah.
It's a question for you. Want to wrap it up?
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
sorry, you're asking me. Yeah, that's fine.
I was thinking I was racking my brain, but I couldn't. You wrung my brain out when you kept saying anything more in the beginning.
Oh, well, I do have one thing. Maybe I don't know. Have you guys heard? Okay. Did you guys ever play the game Shadow of the Colossus?
Oh yeah.
Or is it?
I haven't played it.
That's okay. So there's this indie game that was on Kickstarter called
Pray for the
Gods. Yeah, Prey. It looks pretty hype. I'm pretty excited. I wish I'd known about the Kickstarter before it had ended, because I would have put money towards this game. But I saw a Let's Play of it, and it looks really cool. Like, I'm really excited for this. If you don't know Shadow of the Colossus, it's basically just 8 boss levels. You're just fighting a bunch of these huge creatures, and the gameplay style is very unique. And they basically do that, but there's survival elements to it. So it's in the winter, so you have to be aware of eating and food and being too cold and getting frostbite and stuff like that. And it looks gorgeous. Like the physics with the snow and everything, and how you can just tumble or just walk through the snow and you can see the imprints and such. It's stunning, and it's by a 3-person team. They've got really good credentials. I can't think of the top of my head, but the people they had worked in other games and had done pretty well, and so they all kind of came together and quit their jobs to work on this game. But it looks really incredible, and they got the Kickstarter what they needed, so they should be able to get it underway. So I'm pretty excited for it.
Talking about indies quitting jobs, wasn't there an Ask Me Anything on Reddit? Yeah.
So I told this story to Shar. I was like, I booted up Reddit. Yeah, I booted up the Reddit. And on the front page there was hi, I'm an indie artist, and I quit my job years ago and moved into my room with my buddies to live my dream. And I was just like, not another one of these. I've seen that AMA heading so many times. And Char's like, that was the No Man's Sky guy, right? Like, oh, no, I had no idea. It's like such a generic heading, and it made it the front page anyway. It's like, oh my god.
At first I was like, oh, not another one. But then I saw the upvotes and everything, like, this is pretty fucking high. So I looked at the name, Sean Murray. That sounds kind of familiar. I think it was pretty smart of him to do that way, though.
Yeah.
Pray for the Gods. I read an interview about that. The indie devs are kind of worried being compared to Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Because they feel they can't reach its level, which is weird since you put the freaking Shadow of the Colossus name in your Kickstarter page.
Yeah,
whose fault is it now?
the beasts kind of look very similar to, I mean, you only see one in the demo, you only see one of the beasts, but it's very obvious where it takes its inspiration from. So,
like a lot of like climbable elements on.
Yeah.
Oh,
yep. Yep. Although you get a grappling hook, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
I will add.
I just I know it's the thing now, but I really don't want survival things in all my games.
Oh, I understand that too.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I think it's a cool addition to this kind of game because it's just another thing. But
like,
I agree.
Tomb Raider almost got it right. They have an endurance mode, which is basically survival mode. Like everything's harder. You need to eat. I'm not sure if you need to drink water or not. So you need to hunt animals. You need to. The cold can kill you. It's survival mode. The reason why I say that, and you can choose like if you want to play normal or endurance mode, which is really cool. The reason why I say they almost got it right is because it's paid DLC.
Oh.
For a mode. It's a mode. It's $10.
Ugh.
$10 over your $60 game.
Yeah,
God
no
damn.
Thank you. Jeez. At
Almost
least with
got it
Skyrim, at least with Skyrim, someone just made a mod for it, so
right,
people can
exactly.
just do it. Because Bethesda's real good about open mods. So that's always cool. Which makes sense. I never played Skyrim with the survival mode, but it's a kind of a fun, different way to play it.
Does it add like hunting or something? How do you? Like, what
I think they added like hunger and thirst and stuff.
But how do you solve them? Did they add things to solve them, or is it just the same like food and stuff?
I have no idea. I didn't really look at it.
Are you talking about Skyrim?
Yeah.
Yes.
Skyrim? Yeah, basically, because you can make food in Skyrim, which normally just heals you or gives other benefits, and basically you have to make those in order to feed yourself. So there's a hunger meter, there may be a thirst meter, but there's also a warmth meter. So you have to make sure you go to certain towns with fires to warm up, and also if you because before in Skyrim, if you fell into an ocean in the very, very north, you were fine, but now it's like instant death in this kind of game.
Oh.
Yeah, which makes like certain areas, because I already know in Skyrim, there's like in part of the quest line, there's a very there's a northern spot you have to go to. I think you can't really do it on survival mode because I can't imagine how on earth you would get over there. But if you're playing survival mode, you're probably not even following the story anyway. So
you need clothes or something. I don't know.
Yes, you also actually have to be careful how you arm yourself. You have to like wear cloaks and stuff like that, which is interesting.
My Khajiit don't want to wear clothes.
Frequently with survival games, the survival feels more like a chore. It's like, I want to do this thing, but I have to go spend 10 minutes.
Isn't there a very popular survival game that just came out, but nobody knew it was a survival game?
I'm trying to blank.
I'm blanking.
We Happy
Few? I didn't know it was a survival game. I haven't heard that.
Most people did not know it was a survival game. They were like, holy shit, it's a BioShock style game. And then like there's hunger, there's thirst.
There's also a roguelike, right?
It's a roguelike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think
I didn't know that until recently.
The only reason I know it was survival was because I saw a demo, and a demo totally had the hunger and the sleep and all that stuff. So
there are
people didn't know.
I think I must have known that because I remember I put money down for their project, and I pulled it out
because of that.
And I don't remember what made me pull it out, but it would have been something like that.
Makes sense.
You don't remember why you pulled out.
It was so long ago. It was like a year ago. I'm the pull-out king. I pull out all the time. Who remembers one pull-out from another?
Oh, God.
So there are like two camps regarding the We Happy Few thing. One camp is like, so they basically showed a video, and the video showed it in a way that shows it, I say show so many times, that is like a linear BioShock style game. And then the other camp is like, you should have followed the game and then you know it's survival. So I don't, I'm more of the first one. I think if you, from the beginning, if you just showed like, it's like a linear BioShock style game, people would think it's, because some people don't want to follow your game to avoid spoilers. That's one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I pretty much don't read my Kickstarter emails. I open it, I browse it for links to see if I need to fill out any surveys, and if there's no links, I close it. There are some exceptions. Like I do read a lot of the stuff for Indivisible, but most projects I don't read anything.
It is weird that they didn't put that, like, I would think in their description of the game, like, features for the game, you would put survival elements, so they didn't have that in there? That's super weird.
They should have had that. I did not check their Kickstarter. should be.
That's weird. That's a weird thing to know.
How I found out it was a survival roguelike is because I saw the tags on Steam.
Oh.
When it was up on Steam before you could buy it. I was like,
okay.
Roguelike? Survival? What the fuck? What is this?
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna get it now. And it seems it's really, like, RNGesus fucking hates that game. Like, really, really bad. So bad that you can't get a random drop that is so crucial that you can't actually progress anymore. So it's very buggy.
That's
right now.
weird.
Yeah.
Ugh, stop making buggy games. Sorry, that's my rant.
So, we're at 1.5 hours. I think it's a pretty good place to wrap up. And it's for Sarah's first episode. I think it's pretty good.
Yay!
And so, where can people find us? Where can people find you? Where can people find you?
I'm on YouTube as Foehamner. Twitter. Twitter and YouTube are the best places to go.
And what are you gonna be doing next week?
Any videos so I have a new job.
Like that? Yes.
I have a new job. So Let's Plays will be going up, but I've been doing daily Let's Plays for a long time now, and I think I might have to scale it back a bit. I don't know what I'm gonna do. There will still be, at the very least, some Let's Plays next week. I can't commit to more than that.
Sarah, where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube under Sarahscopic. You can also find me on Twitter. Just look up Sarahscopic. You'll see it there too. So those are the best places to find me there. And let's see, next week I have uploaded a new Traffic Musings and hopefully more Baby Hands from Game of Thrones Let's Plays.
Nice.
And hopefully the Batman game too.
Nice. And I'm Pupunoob, Pupunoob on YouTube and on Twitter. And also Facebook, but Twitter I use more. Next week, my top DS games will be going up. My top 10 DS games. It was supposed to go up this week, but then I did that last minute 3DS buying guide thing for my friends. So that top 10 DS game is going up. So confirm one video at least. I'm not sure what's the other one, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for the next one. But yeah, this has been the playonultra podcast. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Do help us by commenting, liking, disliking, subscribing, writing reviews, and following and sharing.
Tell your mom. Tell your sister. Tell your grandma.
Share the whole world.
Tell your pet dog.
And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.